Long before Columbus ever glimpsed the shores of the New World, before the steel towers of modern cities pierced the sky, an empire of earth and spirit thrived in the heart of North America. It was larger than medieval London, a place of towering pyramids, bustling trade, and sacred rituals. This was Cahokia, a civilization that rose like a dream and vanished like a whisper. No great war marked its fall, no foreign army came to conquer it. The people simply disappeared, leaving behind only silent mounds of earth. But why? What caused the sudden collapse of this once mighty city? Was it famine, war, the wrath of the gods, or something even more ominous? As the sun rises over the Mississippi River, casting golden light over the grassy mounds that remain, we uncover the secrets of Cahokia's rise, its triumphs, its sacrifices, and its mysterious fall. This is a story of power, faith, and an empire swallowed by time. A story that may hold a warning for us all. 1,000 years ago, Cahokia was the beating heart of an advanced society. The land pulsed with life. Smoke curled from thousands of thatched roof homes. Traders from distant lands bartered goods in packed marketplaces, and earthen pyramids stretched toward the heavens, monuments of power and devotion. The city was a magnet, drawing tens of thousands of people, not just for trade, but for something greater: belief. The rulers of Cahokia were more than mere leaders. They were divine, chosen by the gods, their power intertwined with the movements of the sun and stars. At the city's core stood Monk's Mound, the largest pyramid north of Mexico. Constructed by hand, 14 million baskets of earth piled one atop the other. It was not just a structure, it was a throne, a gateway between the mortal and the divine. Climbing its steep incline was an ascent into power itself. Below, vast plazas hosted ceremonies witnessed by thousands. Music and chanting filled the air, a testament to a culture thriving at its peak. But Cahokia was more than temples and trade. It was a civilization built upon cosmic precision. Just beyond the central city stood Woodhenge, an enormous circle of towering red cedar posts, aligned perfectly with the solstices. As the first rays of morning sun touched its sacred markers, priests read the omens of the seasons, guiding when to plant, when to harvest, and when to sacrifice. Power was reinforced through ritual, and some of those rituals demanded blood. Beneath the surface of Cahokia's sacred grounds, archaeologists have uncovered chilling evidence. Mass graves, young women laid to rest in layers, their lives cut short in elaborate ceremonies. Was their sacrifice meant to sustain the rulers, to appease the gods? Or was it something darker, a symbol of control, fear disguised as faith? The stories passed down through indigenous nations speak of rulers whose hunger grew insatiable, not for food, but for power. And history has taught us that when those in power take too much, civilizations begin to crumble. For generations, Cahokia flourished, but no empire, no matter how grand, can rise forever. By 1200 AD, the first cracks had begun to appear. The very success that had made Cahokia mighty became its greatest threat. The forests that once covered the land had been stripped away, sacrificed to fire and construction. The rivers that had sustained the people were unpredictable, and the soil, overworked and exhausted, refused to yield crops. Famine took hold. Skeletal remains tell of malnutrition, of bodies weakened by hunger. And then the violence began. Excavations reveal shattered skulls, broken ribs, signs of brutal conflict. What began as a city of unity became a battleground, neighbor turning against neighbor, leader against subject. Chaos spread, and the once mighty city, so full of life, began to empty. By 1350, Cahokia was a ghost town. The great plazas fell silent. The smoke from thousands of hearths disappeared. The mighty pyramids, once climbed by priests and kings, were abandoned to the wind and the creeping grasp of nature. The people had vanished, but to where? Some say they scattered, becoming the ancestors of modern native nations. Others believe they fled in desperation, leaving their once great city to the spirits that still walk its lands. Centuries passed. The world forgot Cahokia. The mounds built by generations of hands became overgrown, swallowed by grass and time. Then came the pioneers, the settlers, the farmers, unaware, or perhaps uncaring, of the sacred ground beneath their feet. They plowed over the ruins, flattened the mounds, built homes and roads on the bones of a lost civilization. The sacred pyramids of Cahokia became nothing more than farmland, highways, and strip malls. Today, only a fraction of this once mighty city is protected. Where temples once stood, gas stations now sell fuel. Where rulers once commanded thousands, parking lots stretch across buried history. It is a reminder, one that echoes through time, of how easily even the greatest civilizations can be forgotten. But Cahokia is not just a cautionary tale, it is a testament to human ingenuity, to the power of belief, and to the fragile balance between a civilization's rise and its collapse. The people may have left, but their story remains. Their bloodlines endure, and the mounds still stand, silent and unyielding, their presence refusing to be erased. At sunset, the earth turns golden, and shadows stretch long across the land, as if history itself is reaching forward, trying to be remembered. Today, archaeologists sift through the soil, uncovering the remnants of a story still being written. Indigenous nations still walk this land, preserving traditions, keeping the echoes of their ancestors alive. And as we stand here, looking upon the last great monuments of a vanished empire, we are left with a final question. What will future generations uncover from our ruins?